How do I use Camtasia 1080p screen capture recording from start to finish? This has been challenging for me in producing my videos, and I hope by sharing my system for recording and capturing my screen in 1080p that it can help you out. I've struggled a lot to get my videos down into a good format and a system so that I can quickly record high quality content fast and then share it with you. So to get started, here's who I am, Jerry Banfield. You can get tons of free things on my website, and you can look at my Udemy courses to get the very best of what I have for you. My YouTube channel has tons of videos on it that are really helpful. So let me show you exactly how I make all this with Camtasia. So first, on my desktop, I have a Camtasia icon. So I open Camtasia Studio up, and then I hit record the screen. Now this little screen recording pops up on my second monitor, and you can see that I'm recording this live for you right now. So once I've finished recording it for you, then I hit stop, and then I will show you what happens after that. And I actually have to break this into two videos so that I can show you editing the original part of it into 1080p. So as soon as I hit the stop button, then this window comes up to save and edit. Now this is kind of funny. I actually have to use some workarounds making this video because I'm using the software to show you doing it live. So as soon as I hit the end button, the stop button, then this came up to save and edit. So then I hit save and edit. I have Camtasia puts the capture in a location, and I hit save, and then this window comes up, and you can see the default editing dimensions are 1920 by 1080, which is 1080p. Now that was hard for me to get right originally because I searched a lot on the web on how to get the editing dimensions to come up like that. The problem is whenever I imported with another medium, the default editing dimensions would go to 720. So I want them to be 1080. So I am showing you exactly how I've figured out how to do that now. So then the next part of this is to edit the audio, because in the audio I'm likely to have noise in the audio in the background. So what I want to do is enable noise removal, and then I go into manual noise training on selection. I select this beginning part, I manually train on that, and then I play it back to make sure it didn't make me all AI sounding. How do I use Camtasia 1080? Okay, so that sounds pretty good. So once I've got that done, then what I do is go in and produce this. So right now I'm just editing it, but what I want to do is click produce and share. And now I don't know that there's a way to change this, but here's what I want. I want the MP4 only in the editing dimensions, which is 1080p. So I do that, then I hit next, and then I have to put this into a folder. I unclick produced files in the subfolders because I don't want a whole bunch of different files coming in and folders created. So then I just create this. So Camtasia Studio Tutorial, and I hit finish. And note that I'm actually using Snagit to capture this process in the second part of this video, because the way I normally do it with Camtasia, I can't do this on Camtasia while I'm showing you how to do it. So I showed you starting with Camtasia, and then when I had to edit it, I split into Snagit. So what I will do then, all I have to do, I'll show you what I have to do in order to get the Snagit video in there too. And what's cool is for you, if you're using anything else to screen capture in tandem, then you can see how to add that in there. So now you can see the video's done, and it's in 1080p, and I hit finish. And so now the question is, okay, if I want to add another clip into this, how do I do that? So I'm actually going to save this, what I've just done with you, and add it in to show you how I do that. Now, I'm adding the media in that I just actually created with you, which is really cool. So I used Snagit, which is another product by TechSmith, the same company that makes Camtasia Studio, and I bought a package to get them all together. But the cool thing is, so I showed you this first part in Camtasia. Camtasia is ideal for recording the screen and then editing it and producing it. But Snagit's helpful for little things like this, where I wanted to show you how to use Camtasia while I was using it. So I couldn't really record at the same time. So now I can easily put this Snagit video in. The editing dimensions are already 1920 by 1080 because this original video I brought in using Camtasia is in the correct editing dimensions already. And now I have the file I showed you live that I created. So if you scroll down here, you can see you just watched this part of the video, and here it is in here for me to edit. And what I can do now is go and do noise removal again on this part and make sure that I've got the noise removal down for this part of the clip too. And then I go back in and play it to make sure it didn't make me sound weird. I'm up like that. The problem is whenever I import it, that sounds good. So now I've got two clips right here from start to finish. How do I use Camtasia? And you can recognize that was the first part, and then I broke right here. When I clicked stop on this part, I switched to Snagit to show you the editing in Camtasia. And now this video shows you everything I just did. And one more time, I'll show you how to produce this part of it. So then you can either go in File, or you can go in Produce and Share. And now since the last time, it's in MP4 only already by default. But if you need to change it, MP4 only right there. I hit Next. I'm just going to leave this in the folder, Camtasia Tutorial Full. Well, I'm not going to actually do full because then I will put this in, so I'll do part 2. I hit Finish. Now it will render the video. And then when the video's done, it's going to play it. So this is so much easier than the nightmare I was doing before. I used to use Audacity, which is very good audio editing, but I used to use Snagit to capture the screen, then use Audacity to edit the audio, and then put that together in Windows Movie Maker. Man, that took a long time. All this time I had Camtasia Studio. But the reason I used the other way is that I understood how to do it that way. This way took a little bit to learn. Well, today I finally figured out exactly what the problem was, and now I fixed it. I wanted my videos to come out in 1080p, and I didn't want them to come out all pixelated or having slightly off-size fonts. So that's what I've solved with this here. So now you can see I just, again, took a separate format from Snagit and put it in to this format right here that you see from what I just did before. So now I combine two together. And if you have audio and video you want to combine together, you can do things like that too. So I hope this tutorial has been helpful for you. It's taken me a long time of painful learning, as with most things, to get this simple system up. So you can use this simple system I've just shown you to use Camtasia to record the screen, edit in full HD, and then produce the videos in MP4, and then you can upload them to anything you want from there. I hope this has been helpful, and I appreciate the time you spent with me today. If you want to see more of what I've created, just go to jerrybanfield.com. You can see I have a ton of things on my website. Just a ridiculous amount of things on my website. Most all of these are 2,000 plus word posts. Just gigantic value in them. And then you can also see things like this are quite common, where I have a post with a matching video. And I have Udemy courses up here that the Udemy courses show you a lot more on how to go into everything. They have exclusive content and they're filled with things that are meant to help you through the best of what I know. So thank you for watching this, and I hope to see you soon on my website, YouTube channel, and Udemy courses.